All right, everyone, we have a big docket today. And we're going to have a sort of a short day today because I have a meeting at noon. So the court is stopping at 11:30 so I can make that meeting. Here are the rules. Attorneys follow these rules. If you follow these rules, that will be a great Christmas present to me, and it will also make the docket move smoothly. So attorneys, you're not ready to approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. Please do not approach me on a motion when you have not talked to the state about your motion. When you have done those things and you're ready, what you need to do is you approach the clerk, ask them to pull your file. Once they pull your file, just have a seat. Understanding pneumonia and all of these other infectious things are going around. I don't think anyone wants to spend their Thanksgiving with pneumonia or the flu or pass it along to your children or your grandchildren. So let's follow these rules. The other thing, if you have a client who's in custody, ask the deputy to bring them out. Once you've requested that, then let the clerk know that you're just waiting for your client to be brought out. Once your client is brought out and you're ready to approach, let the court know. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, we will need an interpreter. You are not ready until that interpreter gets here. Court reporter, let's make her job easy, because at the end of the day, we have a shortage of court reporters and we need court reporters to function. So do not talk behind her when we're on the record. All you need to do is ask that the deputy move your client to the other end. Once you've requested an inmate, do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of inmates that are allowed to be brought out for security reasons. Those are the rules. We all wish we could have been retired. We are not. We're just going to have to deal with it. LSU didn't win this weekend. They're playing as though there's some kind of college draft where if you finish at the bottom of the pile, you get the first draft pick. So these are all things. We ended up with the coach from Notre Dame. I was like, why are we getting that coach? But hey, I even wrote a letter. Did no good. So we are where we are. And as people don't feel the love for my LSU Tigers, know this. I am not talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not bringing that down.
What about Ole Miss? Now, come on.
Oh, yeah, I will talk about Ole Miss.
No. Dallas is going to the Super Bowl this year. They're going to be parking cars.
What I can tell you is if you have not asked for your client to be brought out by the deputies at 10:30, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. All right, everyone, please confer and move with efficiency. All right, Enrique Soriano. Right. And let me go to just 1 second. Odyssey is moving a little bit slow today.
There you go. The modern way.
Yes.
Computer.
I don't know why it takes so long, or I don't know. Yeah,
So you get AI and it'll give you this same thing with attitude.
I mean, we're getting close to the Jetsons. All right. So on this case, where are we on the
Well, I've
blood
conferred
discovery?
and got an agreement out of the state and given me, and you have signed the order for discovery of blood test record. They told me it was there last week. It's not there. I went there this morning and interrupted the ladies during their taco breakfast, and it's not there now.
All right. So do they actually have it?
I don't know. They told me they did, but it's not there. I have the file right here, but
All right, Andrew.
Soriano.
Yes. Do they have the blood discovery?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right. Who would know?
Brianna Salazar, most likely.
She's the analyst.
All right. So no. I mean, has it been turned over to you all? That's what I'm trying to find out, because that's what he's waiting on.
I don't know, Your Honor. Mr. Sharman did not confer with me, and so did
I
not.
conferred with somebody else.
All right, so you need to confer today with them to see where this discovery is, because if they have it upstairs, then you need to get it today. So he's going to confer. Did you confer with them on Cochner?
Not with him. I mean, conferred with everybody I know.
No, but see, here's the thing. We need to know if the blood discovery is in. And if it's in today, then it needs to be brought down today.
But this is a different matter on Cotner.
Okay, no. We're dealing with this right now. So, sir, they're gonna call up and see if they have the blood discovery. So just have a seat.
Thank
All right, thank you. Now, on Kelly Cotner,
Yes.
all right, again,
Now, I conferred last week. I asked who's handling this case.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's not this gentleman here, as far as I know. There was another gentleman, he's new to the board.
Mhm.
I gave him my motion and he left. And I never heard from him.
well, the blood discovery has already been
No,
signed.
there's another motion on file. It's a Brady motion.
All right, Yaya, can you pull that motion, please? All right, they'll pull the motion, just have a seat.
I have a copy of it here.
Sorry.
All right, that's okay, no problem,
I was afraid to enter the gate there.
no problem.
Do you
So,
want me to give it to you?
Just have a seat. They're gonna pull it
Okay.
and then we'll take this up. All right.
Right.
Thank you, Andrew. He said he filed a motion on Kelly Cotner. All right, are you all ready on Stephen Carmona?
I believe we are, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, come forward. No problem.
Bonilla.
Hello,
Morning.
good morning. All right, did he have a broken jaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so where are we on the broken jaw?
Scheduled for surgery this Thursday. So I have 2 fractures, one hand,
Oh.
so just in time for Thanksgiving, they're gonna wire me shut.
Oh, see, here's the thing though, you won't be eating bad food for you.
You're gonna have turkey gravy.
There you go.
Yeah, so I had to release an employee, and as we walked out, he struck me from behind.
Oh,
So I filed a police report, and the detective, I mean, it's been almost a month now. And the detective just got back to me on Friday.
all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. All right, so he only has the DWI? Does he have something else?
He has a,
Because I only have one. Ah, I am so sorry. I do have the second file now.
Those,
All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery? Do you have all of the discovery?
On my case, yes, I believe I do, Your Honor.
All right, so are you on the DWI or the violation of protective order?
I'm on both, Your Honor.
Okay,
But we're here for the MTR on the, you've already denied the MTR, and
Mhm.
we're here for a status hearing, that's all, as I understand, if I remember correctly.
okay, let me see. Just give me one moment. All right. Miss Abrams. On Carmona, what is the update on how he's doing on probation?
Judge, he just finished, his outpatient treatment. He has provided his information as far as his sober support meetings. Everything looks good. We don't have any other violations at this time. He's in compliance.
All right,
And we're under the understanding that, he doesn't have a DWI, it's just a consumption of alcohol.
all
I
right.
need to follow up on that.
Yeah, I don't see where it's been indicted. It's still a night mag number. So let me do this. All right, so they tell me you're doing well since our last conversation on the motion to revoke. Is there anything else you need from the court or anything you need help with?
No, ma'am, not this time. Just to ask if I can get GPS tracking removed. I've been on it for a year now.
All right, so here's the thing about the GPS tracking. I don't want to remove it just yet. And let me explain to you the reason why I don't want to remove it just yet. It's because you were here on a motion to revoke. And the court is doing updates. But I tell you what, counsel, if you come back to the court, State, do you want him to come back after the holidays, before the holidays? And when I say before the holidays, I'm talking about Christmas. Did you want to bring him back after the?
We want the GPS to stay on throughout the holidays.
All right, so I understand. Here's the thing. I understand why they wanted to stay on because sometimes tempers flare during holidays. And it's really for your protection as well, because you don't want somebody saying you were somewhere you were not supposed to be. So what I'll do, Mr. Cisneros,
Yes, ma'am.
we can bring this back for removal of the GPS. And this is what I will tell you. If there are no violations on the GPS, we will bring this back on January 6th. And if there are no violations, it will be removed.
Thank you.
All right. So, council, do you need a reset form for January 6th, or you just want to set it yourself?
I'll set it, Your Honor.
All right, so
And I don't know, are you paying for the GPU?
On my probation, no, it was, the fees were waived for my
The fees
probation.
were-
But the issue is that what my pretrial officer told me is that my GPS is tied in to both case numbers,
Mhm.
to the DWI and also the violation of the protective order.
Oh, no, see, here's the thing, both your cases are under the umbrella of the 187. So if I remove it, after the holidays, then it will be removed on the DWI as well.
Okay.
Now, mind you, you should be monitored under the DWI, under ignition, interlock, or scram, or some type of alcohol device. That will not be removed. We're only addressing GPS on after the holidays. You understand?
Yeah, and right now I have the mobile device. But the mobile device stays on even though there was no DWI and it was a consumption of alcohol.
Oh, so now you want to get into the facts of your case. So
Oh.
this is not really the opportunity for you to get into the facts of what you think the facts of your case are. That's for another hearing.
Okay.
The only thing we're addressing today is that you're in compliance with your probation, and that if all things are done properly, if there are no complaints, no violations, the court will remove your GPS on January 6th.
Okay, and then everything else is separate.
Yes.
Okay.
And state, if you'll make sure that you reach out to the complainant before January 6th to see if there are any issues with removal. If there are issues from the complainant's end with removal, we'll have a short hearing.
Okay,
But people can't be on GPS for the rest of their lives.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else?
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you for addressing appropriately for court. And if you'll let probation know, so she can put it in her system when your surgery is for the jaw. So maybe if you're going to be out or something of that nature, they'll know beforehand. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right. Who is here on Antonio Alvarado? All right. I need everyone to whisper. We're on the record. Court is calling 2019 CR 7587 State versus Antonio Ernesto Alvarado. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alexandria Bogus for the state.
Robert Brobach for Antonio Alvarado.
And are you Antonio Alvarado?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Antonio Ernesto Alvarado who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 7587 for the offense of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault on January 16, 2020 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Antonio Ernesto Alvarado, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2020 and January 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
Your Honor, we waive the rest of the.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
What did you report? Ma'am, I did.
Now, here's the thing.
Yes, okay.
And counsel, I'm so sorry. I don't have a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal completed.
True, yes, ma'am.
No.
I'm sorry.
Off the record. Could you get a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal? And we're off the record. So let me explain something to you. This is how motions to revoke work. Somebody is on probation. The state and probation is stating that they didn't do certain things.
Okay.
Sometimes it's you didn't report, sometimes it's you're using drugs, sometimes you're not doing classes that are ordered. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Now, sometimes people will plead true. Now, once you plead true to a violation, I have to let you know what the range of punishment is. So in your case, the range of punishment is up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have some sort of an agreement with the state, that's an agreement that you and your attorney have decided to enter into, but the court does not have to follow that agreement because you do not have a contract with the state. You do not have a contract with your attorney. You have a contract with the court. Now, sometimes people will plead true. Maybe they'll plead true to not reporting. They'll say, all right, it's true, but I have an explanation. I have a reason why I didn't report. Somebody may say, I didn't report. I was in a coma at the hospital, and they bring documentation that they were in the coma at the hospital. Does that mean that it's not true? No, it's true. They didn't report. They just have a reason for not reporting. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if you've reached an agreement with the state, I don't have to follow that agreement. Do you understand?
No.
So I could sentence you up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand?
No.
All right, we're going to go back on the record. So, Mr. Alvarado, you entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 5. Is that correct? No, listen to me. You entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 5. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, I can revoke you, find you guilty, and send you to prison for up to 20 years? Did you understand? And did you understand that I could sentence you also up to a $10,000 fine? All right, you need to stop whispering. You need to speak up so that the court reporter can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we are asking that his probation be revoked.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking that you extend his probation for a year. Let him complete the programs that he needs to do, family violence and the other program on parenting class. He has a place to live. He failed to report. I told him he needs to report in the future and follow your rules. He said he'll do that.
All right, so here's the question. Why is he not reporting? You want to just, you want to
I
let
don't
the,
think he has a reason.
all right, is there something you want to tell me?
During this
Wait
time,
a second. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Antonio Alvarado.
All right, why were you not reporting?
To be honest, ma'am, I mean, I had caught COVID. It was June 2020. I caught COVID. Not only that, but after that,
So you're saying,
listen,
let me, wait, so you're saying in June 2020, you caught COVID?
yes,
All right, so how long did COVID last for you?
didn't last that long. It lasted only a couple of weeks.
All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
so that's June 2020, you caught COVID. So July, did you report to
No,
probation?
ma'am.
August,
No, ma'am.
September,
No, ma'am.
October,
No, ma'am.
November,
No, ma'am.
December,
No, ma'am.
January.
No, ma'am.
Have you reported since 2020?
No, ma'am. I have not.
All right,
I have no excuse, ma'am. I'm sorry. I have no excuse. I just know that I've worked. I had my children and I had a lot of bills and everything that life had accumulated on me. I started working and I just put it on the back burner because I had child support to do. I had a career that I had a job that I figured was gonna help me get out of my situation, and it didn't because the economy got worse. And then I figured, you know what, let me do this, let me go into HVAC program so that way I can not only better myself, but better pay everything that I owe and try to get my license back. And I actually, and with me not reporting, I put this in the back burner, which I shouldn't have had. Whatever I should
No,
have.
I don't, here's my question for you. This is just a question I ask. You know, if you have an answer, great. If you don't, you don't.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think that you can be on probation and just forget about it?
I shouldn't have thought like that.
No, I mean, it's like, why do you think that's the case? That, okay, I know I committed a burglary of a habitation with an assault. That's what you did.
Yes, ma'am.
So a burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault, that means that you're going into someone's home without permission and you are assaulting them.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
beating them up.
Yes, ma'am.
So why do you think that you can be on probation for that, then not do what was required of you and just go on with living your life as though this does not exist and you don't owe the government, the Bexar County, the citizens of Bexar County, the completion of your probation?
Because that's what happened with my ex, and me and my ex have been trying to get back together at that time too.
Oh, so you and Maria Alvarado have been trying to get back together?
Trying at that time.
All right.
Talking, communicating.
So during this time, you all have been communicating while you've been on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And part of your conditions of probation?
And not communicate. Yes, ma'am. And I apologize about that.
No. You could communicate with her according to your conditions. I think it's no harmful or injurious contact. But yeah. All right. Any other questions?
I think hopefully he learned a lesson. He can move forward, follow your instructions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty, and the court will revoke. State, how much time are you requesting?
We're requesting 4 years, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
1 year, Your Honor.
2 to 10.
2 to 2.
Okay. Probation, has he done anything on probation? All right. So you've done nothing on probation.
No,
So the state honestly is being generous by asking for 4 years. What I can tell you is I would have given you 6, but the state is offering you 4. I'm going to go along with their request because maybe they have more contact. Well, I know they would have more contact with the complainant than I do. So the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to revoke. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. All right, we can go off the record. When you have obligations, you got to answer for those obligations. You can't pretend as though they don't exist. You understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
I approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, my client, Bergen Bonilla,
Mhm.
stand up, please. She was late because of the metal detector delay downstairs.
Okay, she just sits on the front row and we'll take them up when you all are ready.
And I would request a reset, this.
I'll just have them pull the file. And then I'll take you in the order of appearance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning. Is it on a case?
It's the Louis the Such Friday judge.
Okay, yes.
Judge, I think Norma has to find out where he's housed, so she said it wouldn't be set today. I just didn't want you to think I didn't show up, so.
Oh, no problem.
I
Okay.
met with her for a date, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Tomas Lozano. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
So what are we here for today on this case?
Judge, I think it was set for a compliance hearing.
All right, let me see what's going on. All right, so this is what's going on. There's a violation report. Have parties had a chance to review the violation report?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so what I have is he was placed on bond. I think Judge Nahara placed him on bond for an assault case. And then now we have an interference with child custody.
It's the other way around, Judge. The interference was first. The assault is new on
Oh.
November 2nd.
Okay. And so thank you. So they set the bond for 15,000. So there's a violation report.
Yes, Judge.
State, Have you all conferred on this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
We would ask for an increase of bond, and I also wanted to state that I did reach out to the intake attorney for the new case to check the status on that, and I have not yet received a response.
all right, so are you on GPS?
No, ma'am.
All right, so as far as increasing a bond, the court is not legally not allowed to increase bond unless there are witnesses, unless you are going to waive your right to confrontation.
No, Judge.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work for the Department of Defense. I work on the T-38, the fighter jets.
Well, you're gonna have to do it on GPS. And if they don't let you do it on GPS, they don't let you do it on GPS. But I cannot have, and mind you, I'm not taking any of this as true. I'm just looking at the different cases. For example, the interference of child custody, is that somehow related to the assault case or no?
That case has been pending since February. It has a companion CPS case that we've been dealing with this whole time. This is a totally unrelated incident that obviously he is presumed innocent on, and it's not related to the child or the mom in the CPS case that we're of the existing interference case on.
State?
And Judge, he does work in a secure clearance area, and he is an Air Force mechanic or an airline mechanic.
As a jet mechanic.
So we would ask, and that the conditions for bond stay the same as what he was magistrated on under the assault case.
State?
And we would agree with the GPS, Your Honor.
Who is the person who magistrated him?
I have no idea.
Who magistrated you? Were you magistrated at the jail or somewhere else?
At the jail.
And there was a previous order to modify bond conditions, is that correct?
Yes, that was so that he could see his daughter.
And is that the case that's related to the interference with child custody?
Yes, Judge. And that case is almost complete through the 262 and Children's Court.
All right, so are you allowed to have GPS on base? Do you know?
I don't know. I've heard people talk about it, but I don't think they allow it.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I want you to call and find out if you're allowed to have GPS on base, and once you find that answer, come back.
Come back. Okay.
So I'm gonna hear this case today.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Who's here on Virgin Bonilla?
I am, Your Honor. I request a reset, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Bonilla, come
Bonilla.
forward. So my understanding is the line was long outside.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here's the thing, you're gonna have to put that in your schedule that the line may be long, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so where are we on discovery? Do we have all of the discovery?
I got most of the discovery. I'm waiting for the it's a DWI in a county court. And this case is a felony arising out of the same incident. The prosecutor has made me an offer, but it's depending on the DWI. They're going to take this into PIC. So I asked that this case be reset. The DWI is set for December 6th, Your Honor. I don't know when we can get rid of it. The 5th?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the 5th. I didn't get nor she did.
Okay,
Odyssey.
that's the way it works.
Yes, ma'am. They'll notify me 24 hours before.
Your Honor, to answer your question, defense counsel did not indicate that they are missing any discoveries. As far as I'm aware, all relevant discovery has been.
All right, so we're gonna come back on December 16th. If you'll sign that, and counsel, she has an email address, if she'll include the email address on that.
Yes, Your
And once
Honor,
she
if we
signs
take
that-
care of that, we'll be.
Yes,
care of this.
and just make sure you turn it in to the clerk,
Thank
and
you
once
very
you sign that, you're
much.
excused. Andrew, you're excused, thank you.
Thank you.
May we be excused that we sign?
Yes, all right, I'll call it in the order that I have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Deputy Laura, what page is Bonilla on?
Page 3.
Thank you. Dela Cruz, Yoshio Dela Cruz. All right, come forward.
Morning, Roger.
Good morning. Oh, Deputy Laura, I think somebody in the box may need a mask. Good morning. Somebody over there to the left is coughing. It's either Charles Gold. I don't think it was him. Who's in the box coughing? Yes, right on the front row. Thank you. All right. This is family violence.
It is, and yet on the docket, I do not see it coded as family violence, so.
All right.
Family violence decides that they want to take control of it. Here I am.
All right. Family violence, I think you all need to take control of this.
Sure, Ashley Jones for the state.
All right, so where are we on discovery? This is Yoshio de la Cruz.
Your Honor, actually, I'm sorry, if we could have a moment to confer before we get on the record.
All right, just 2 minutes. Thank you. You're welcome. Kelly Kotner. All right. So state, on this case, did you see the defense motion for information with regards to the arresting officer?
I have not seen it with my own eyes, Your Honor.
Here you are.
I had delivered it to him last week, but
That's okay.
didn't make it to the file.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So they want that information, counsel.
We're entitled to it.
And as far as I can tell,
Mhm.
they want it with good reason. My only concern is that I am not aware of any procedures relating to redaction of identifying information for the complainant in that case. And
Mhm.
so before I turn over information relating to that case, I would like to have an opportunity to educate myself and then to perform those redactions if they are necessary.
All right. And also probably confer with family violence to see what needs to be redacted, if anything needs to be redacted.
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition, Judge, there's another felony in Atascosa County. And I told counsel about it. I gave him the information, and I'd like to have information from that county as well. Oh, that's the state.
I understand. But here's the thing, if you want things to move smoothly, probably contact Atascosa County, just so they'll have a heads up instead of them just bam. The prosecutor here is asking for it. So if you'll let them know, I'm sure they will give it to you. And my understanding is because there's this,
I don't
my
represent
understanding,
anybody there.
here's my thing. My understanding, this is Texas. So surely there would be information about this officer, Bear County, Atascosa County, or whatever. I'm thinking we shall find out. So on this case, other than this issue, do you all have the blood discovery?
We have the blood discovery.
Okay. All right, then this case is going to come back on December 16th. On December 16th, the state, you don't have information about the officer. Is there anything else that the court needs to hear on this
Yes,
matter?
I was not clear on what you were saying about the Atascosa County.
Well, I'm assuming, and maybe I'm incorrect, maybe the system doesn't work here. But I'm thinking if there's an officer who is accused of misconduct that results in a criminal charge, they'll have that notification in Bear County. If it's a criminal charge that was committed in Atascosa County, Bear County should have access to that.
So this prosecutor will be responsible for that. Is that correct?
Who's going to be responsible for it is whoever has the information.
Well, it has to be the state of Texas.
Okay, so why are you asking me that question?
Then I assume that this prosecutor is supposed to provide me.
You know what I always tell people, never make assumptions. This is what we're doing. We're coming back on the 16th. And I want everybody to hear me clearly. December 16th, he's going to give me information about whatever discipline or whatever is going on with this officer, be it in Bear County, Atascosa County, Hayes County, wherever it may be in the state of Texas.
Thank you.
If there's something that happened in Louisiana, in a parish or some other state, I necessarily would not expect them to have access to that information because I've seen plenty of documentaries where officers are disciplined in one state, then they just go to the next state and get hired. But I make an assumption, rightly or wrongly, that they will probably be able to have the information for all of that officers, if they have it, issues in the state of Texas.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right, once you sign this reset form, you will be excused.
Your Honor, would you like me to return this motion?
Yes, you can. I have a copy. So, I mean, I have the original, so you can,
Please keep that in your file.
here you are.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, once you sign that and turn that in, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who's here? Lindsey Hernandez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Where is Lindsey Hernandez?
Yes, Judge. I was contacted Friday afternoon from a therapist out of the Wrightstead Hill Country stating that she was an inpatient there currently receiving treatment, Judge. I did reach out and notify the state and the court as well as soon as I got wind of this as to avoid the appearance of like she just didn't want to show up today, Judge. She does have a reason for not being here. I did request documentation from the LCDC that she's currently receiving treatment from, Judge, if I may tender that to the court. And this is an individual, Judge. If you do remember, she was living on the street. She was struggling with
Yes.
substance use. I did confer with the state and notify them that unfortunately she doesn't qualify for mental health courts. They're saying her issues are more so rooted in substance use disorder, Judge. So we're gonna work towards getting her help to resolve her matter as well. But we wanted to see if she could be excused from today, being of the fact that she's in inpatient treatment. She's receiving care and the continuum of care is there, Judge, as well.
All right, state, do you have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall this for December 9th.
Okay.
Because I see that she's to be released on December 6th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and counsel, is this your copy or is it? copy for the
The
court?
court can have that, if you'd like to put it for your file, Judge.
Yes.
I'm gonna have additional copies.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
George Sherman, who else do you have?
Oriana?
All right, if you'll bring him up, please. All right, Soriano. All right, you're back. So where are we on the discovery?
Mr. Edelman says he's got something for me.
All right. All right, State, you have some updates?
Yes, Your Honor. On October 21st, 2024, Lauren Potter of the Texas DPS Crown Lab in Houston informed me that the discovery order will be sent today, meaning on October 21st, to the attention of Beatrice Chavez. I this morning asked Ms. Chavez if she has received those documents. I have not received a response yet from her.
I understand that, Judge, to mean that it hasn't been analyzed yet.
Oh, I don't understand that. To me, that I understand it to mean that we don't know the answer. So this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna come back on December 16th for this case. And if the discovery is not in on December 16th, state witnesses need to be here to explain why we don't have the blood discovery.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back on December 16th.
Thank you, Judge.
I like your tie, by the way.
Thank you.
Even though Thanksgiving is just, we're not doing Thanksgiving anymore.
I know, that's strange to me.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is up and then they started this nonsense with Christmas in July just so that they could, I think, sell more things.
Exactly, that's what it is, the commercialization of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I do see a note from October 30th. It says blood discovery received, given to court paralegal to upload.
Ah. All right, so we'll make sure you have it. So we'll come back on the 16th. See, we were making assumptions.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we were saying, oh, that means it hasn't been, completed, but it has been completed. It's just somewhere in the system. But so we will come back on December 16th. If you'll sign the reset form and put your email address on this, and counsel, once he's signed that and you turn that in, he's excused.
You want my email or him?
His email.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Jordan Davis.
Morning, Judge President.
No. All right, so he wants a jury trial, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who's the prosecutor who will be trying this?
Who's the defendant, Your Honor?
It's criminal trial division. All right, if y'all can make sure that I have an acknowledgement of discovery. Mr. Davis, we're gonna bring you back on December 2nd. Are you available on December 2nd?
I'm not, Judge. I'm available December 9th.
All right, we'll bring you back then on December 9th for a jury trial. And if y'all can make sure that the court has a completed acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I will give you your reset form. Once you sign that, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. There you are.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if he'll make sure he puts his email address on there if he has one.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, if you'll just give it to the
Yes, Your
clerk. Sure, no problem. Randy Folsom. All right, and did you file the motion for bond reduction?
I did, Your Honor. We're really not wishing to urge that at this time. His finances are quite limited. We want to see if we can reach out rather here. But I was looking at the discovery, Judge, and there are some items that are too voluminous for me to download through the regular course of the e-discovery system. So I'm requesting to meet and confer with the state and bring my drive so I can get those additional videos that are just too large, Judge. And I got on this case just my first setting with my client, Judge. So we're asking for me to get able to get that discovery so we can go over it and assess his rights at that point.
Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll bring you all back on December 16th.
Your Honor, I have a vacation letter out.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna be gone after December 11th into the new year. Can we possibly bring it back before? the
I
11th?
can do it. Do you want to do it? And you said December 11th?
Yes, Judge. Can we possibly do December 9th, if at all possible?
Yes, we'll put it on the 9th or either the 10th. Which do you prefer?
Preferably the 9th, Judge. I have another matter with you guys on that date. So,
Okay.
in the hopes to be efficient, if we can group those.
Sure. All right, we'll bring you back on December 9th for discovery.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. Yoshio de la Cruz.
Madam Judge.
Hello, you're back. Okay. So on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I'm just getting onto this case right now.
Okay.
So I'm still needing time to get videos. I just was able to read the state's file. I believe this case was indicted at the end of September.
Okay.
I've also been in contact with my client, and as of this past Friday, he's indicated to me that there are potential witnesses. I'd asked my client to go ahead and email me that on Friday. He was able to.
Yes. Well,
All right, and when is your vacation? Do you have vacation coming up, counsel?
No, Judge.
All right,
No,
yeah.
Judge, I wish.
I remember, I would never do a vacation. And let me just tell you what my friend who's since passed told me. He's like, Stephanie, you got to do a vacation.
Yeah.
Even if I'm like, I can't afford a vacation. He's like, even if it's just you taking a mental health day, staying at home. Because he would always tell me, he said, Stephanie, if you were to die tomorrow, you know what would happen? And I was a defense attorney and I'm thinking, hey, people better be out in the street saying, how do I go on without her? And he said, you know what? I will miss you. You're like a sister to me. He said, but what's going to end up happening? People are going to say, oh, that's a shame. And then they're going to say, okay, we need to appoint somebody else to our cases. What's going to happen? So you need to always make sure. And I know it's hard when you first start practicing because people don't understand with solo practitioners. If you don't work, you don't make money.
Yeah.
This whole thing where people work for an employer and they get paid vacation, that's not the life of a solo practitioner. So you're working right through Christmas up till Christmas. So even if it's just going to be one day, and when I say one day, I don't mean Saturday and Sunday.
I think I'm gonna take the 16th, the 15th is my birthday.
Oh.
16th.
Well, happy birthday coming up.
We'll get it done. Judge.
All right. So are you okay with recalling this for December 19th?
Yes, Judge, I am.
All right. So we're going to bring you back on December 19th. It's to make sure that everyone has their discovery.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Right. And I'm going to give you a reset form. And when I give you the reset form, make sure that you include your email address if you have one. That's just sort of as a, to help us in case Odyssey does something crazy.
It might.
Yeah. So here's my question for you though.
Yes, ma'am.
I love names. I think names are all beautiful. How did you end up with your first name?
He was a Spanish, well, he was Japanese, but he was a Spanish singer. So he's Yoshio.
Ah, okay. And see, I had a feeling I was mispronouncing it, but it sounded Japanese and I was like, okay.
It's Y, but it's like with Yoshio,
Okay, so he was a Spanish singer.
Yes, he was
Okay.
Japanese,
Mhm.
but he sings Spanish.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look him up. I've never heard of him or his music, so I love music. So I'm gonna see
Yes, ma'am.
what I find out about him.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Once you're done, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
I'll see you
All
Thursday.
right, thank you. What page is he on?
Pardon, Judge, 2,
Oh,
3?
Yeah,
sorry.
3. Thank you. Oh, counsel, the motion to substitute.
Your Honor.
I need to sign that.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
And then let me see if they have you in the system.
Good, I hope they do.
All right, they don't have you listed, so just make sure they put you in the system.
All right, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you both. Judge, may I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank
Frank Garcia.
Hello, Judge.
Hi, so where's Mr. Garcia?
Unbeknownst to defense counsel at this time, Judge, contact has been limited.
All right, what I'm going to do, this is not a violent offense.
Yes, Judge.
State, all right, state, this case is not a violent offense. However, the defendant has not appeared. And counsel, have you had any?
I have in the past had contact with his niece because his phone number is like not operational. The niece said he would pass messages along to him, so there could be some of that limited barrier. And I don't know, since his living is sporadic, if he got direct notice where he was at to be here. So a little bit of time could be afforded, Judge, so I can locate him and hope of maybe bringing him in before a warrant would issue. If the court is leaning towards that.
So defense, here's the court's issue. As we know, sometimes when it's somebody's first time reporting to court, and I see that it's never had to report to court before, sometimes Odyssey doesn't give appropriate notice.
Yes, Judge.
But you're here, so he should be here. What I can do is I'll recall it for the 19th.
Okay.
For tomorrow.
Okay.
And if he doesn't appear, a warrant will be issued.
Perfect,
Do you have
Judge.
any objections to that, State?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll recall him for tomorrow, the 19th.
Sounds good, Your Honor. I'll be here as well.
Thank you. Tomas Lozano, are you all ready?
Judge, we're just still confirming with Vice.
All right, thank you. All right, you want to talk about Renee?
Yes, I just pulled it up to try to get it for you, Judge.
Oh, no, I have it.
Okay.
So here's the issue. And of course, I will sign it. But the issue is you're asking me to order third parties to do certain things. And the problem is you're saying any amount of time. Any amount of time that's required. What does that mean? Because I'm going to be ordering third parties to let somebody come in and interview. So
I don't believe the doctors know how long their evaluation is going to take until they're talking to it, I
but
guess.
the whole thing, putting in here a reasonable time and then me ordering the Bear County Detention Center to do certain things. I don't mind ordering them to do certain things, but there needs to be some time limitation.
You want me to call the doctor and get a time limit?
If you would call them, get a time limitation, and that it probably would help you if you'll call the jail, because the date you're specifically
Tomorrow,
asking
and I
for.
don't know if they can do it by tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the date you're specifically asking for, it may run into Thanksgiving. So if you want to find out, just give me 1 second. Let me see, I may have an idea about something. Okay, I've solved the problem, I think.
Okay.
So if you give a specific time to the deputies in this court.
Okay.
They can have him brought over
Oh,
and he will be here with whatever doctor you want.
okay,
And then they can be here for the day,
okay, great,
but you need to give them a specific time.
okay. And
Yeah,
can
and I
check
will
the
tell
date
you,
then.
Deputy. Deputy Laura and Norma, do we have availability? Oh, on Wednesday, to
27th?
the 20th?
Oh, this Wednesday.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
I have to check with the doctor because I know that she was specifically available that certain day that we picked, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what she said, on the 20th.
Oh, on the
That's in
20th. Okay,
your-
I just
in
didn't
your thing.
remember then. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so she'll need to be here what time?
Let me ask her.
Okay,
Okay, I'll call her right now, Judge.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Deputy Laura, it's for Renee Camarillo.
I guess, unless you already did, I'm gonna step out and do that, but I got the other case too.
Okay. Can you let Norma know it's that?
Will be this Wednesday, so what time?
She's gonna call the doctor and see specifically what time. And Marissa, so for that, it needs to be in the daytime because, yes, because if you get too close to the afternoon, the deputies have to have them back, leaving the court by 5, otherwise there's an issue.
Okay.
All right,
I will tell the doctor. Thank you.
sure. Christelle Molina? Yes, come forward. All right, who's the prosecutor? Ah, hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I got discovery from Ms. Thornborough and also wanted the hold on Odyssey showing that the warrant hadn't been released. That's also been taken care of. So we're all good there. We are discussing a plea and we just need a little more time. Ms. Thornborough is going to talk to Ms. Molina's employer. And we're pretty.
I think that's it. So it's been represented to me that the employer's out of the country for a little period of time, but that's the last piece of the plea offer is whether or not the employer's kind of aware of this and whether or not we're going to ask for a condition about employment or not. So, but the rest of it appears to be worked out at this time. So we're asking for a reset to plea.
All
The
right.
employer is out of the country for 3 weeks, so I'm looking at the December 16th week, possibly.
All right, December 19th. That will be your
That's
final
perfect.
plea deadline date.
Okay.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you will be excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.